Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, Dr. Khalid Al-Anani, said that on the occasion of the first anniversary of the Pharaoh's Golden Parade and the inauguration of the National Museum for Egyptian Civilization, a new hall is going to be opened in the Museum of Civilization, which is the Textile Hall that gathers around 1,000 pieces of textile that tells the story of the Egyptian textile and the history of the Egyptian textile through ages. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with our dear guest, Mr. Waleed Battoty, former consultant to Tourism Minister. Good morning, Mr. Battoty.
Good morning.
Mr. Battoty, could you give us an idea about the new hall that is going to be inaugurated in the National Museum of Civilization, which is the Textile Hall?
Yes, well, we had portion of it. Portion of it was already outside, and for the time being, we are inaugurating a new hall. As you know, Egypt is now every couple of months is introducing a new thing. So this is a new adding to the world culture, to the world heritage. As you see, there will be a big media coverage and everything, which always puts Egypt in the zone of positive news coming from Egypt.
Yes. So, Mr. Battoty, this pieces of textile has been moved from the Museum of Textile in Mu'izz Street in Old Cairo to be moved to the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization to rest there forever. Could you give us your insight concerning this?
Not only this, yes, the ones that has been moved from Mu'izz Street is quite interesting, but there was also other pieces that was brought from the Cairo Egyptian Museum, which will also shed light on the very beginning of textiles since ancient Egypt time, how the Egyptian made fabrics, how the Egyptian made rugs, how the Egyptian did weave things. So this goes back to the beginning of civilization, which will tell the story from the beginning of time till all these very lovely, interesting products that was going to be put on display.
Yes, so in addition to the, of course, the pharaonic period, what are the other ages that the textile hall tells the story of the costumes and the textile in Egypt?
Well, I told you, it's telling the story from the beginning of time till today.
Till today. Yes. So concerning the National Museum Museum of the Egyptian Civilization, could you give us more idea about this museum? It's in general tells the history and the story of how all the every civilization started. Isn't
well,
it?
Look, the National Museum of Civilization is a museum of civilization. It's telling us the story of the civilization of this country and how did all of things, the beginning of the story, how did everything started. We always say that Egypt is where it all began. Now the museum is really proving this and showing this in a very educational way. Bear in mind that the National Museum of Civilization, it is not just a museum now, it's become like a culture center. Every few days they have an event, got to do with music, got to do with art, and bear in mind, we understood now very loud and clear that the language that the Egyptians spoke to us today, without studying Egyptology, without studying archaeology, without studying any of these things, you can absorb the Egyptian art through the art, how they were able to draw everything and deliver it to us in pictures and stuff like that.
Yes. So inaugurating this or opening this textile hall in the Civilization Museum in Egypt, what would this help in attracting tourism in Egypt or add?
It's a great adding. It's a great adding. And as I said, this is the strategy that the government is following these days, which is every now and then have some new addition and things that is done up to the standard, and we are boosting positive energy out of Egypt all the time.
How do you see this kind of information or piece of news that Mr. Waleed Al-Battoty, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Waleed Al-Battoty, former consultant to Tourism Minister. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for following me in this segment. My name is Amal Mukhtar.